What's the story, Roy? Nice one for coming on. I just wanted to bring you on there, just leading up to the week, especially come Saturday night coming up. So yeah, we get straight into it. I just wanted to give me your thoughts on last season personally, and as a team. I thought you probably had your comeback year in many people's eyes. I don't know how you feel yourself. You probably felt as if that was always the way you could play, but how did you feel personally and as a team after last year?
Yeah, first of all, cheers for having me on, Adam. Delighted. I really think you're doing a great job and the ones you've done so far.
Nice one.
Last year, yeah, personally, you're probably right about a comeback here. There's no denying that I probably wasn't where I should have been for the last 3 or 4 years previous. Kind of found it tough going back down to the Division One, trying to maintain the standard then of yourself on the Monday to Friday when you knew it was going to be a small bit easier on Saturday. And I don't think I ever kind of picked that back up after coming back up to the Super League. But yeah, last year, like you know yourself, we were off for so long with COVID. It ended up being like an 18-month pre-season, so it's probably the most work I put into my own body away from basketball and solely focused on basketball. So there was a good base of fitness and stuff in there before we got into the basketball. Then the basketball hit, and we were just shooting 400 or 500 shots a day for the space of 6 months. And like, if you don't get better after that, then there's probably something wrong with you. So it was always going to be a good year for me. But having Colin come in then and a couple of pieces adding up together, it made it a lot easier in terms of the team. If you look at where we were previously to that, I think we won 7 games under Le Mans. I think we got relegated under Paul, and we got back in because Demons had to pull out. We had 2 or 3 years with the Division One. So to be in a league final and to be in a cup final, although we lost them, you'd have to say as a whole it was successful, which is kind of a hard enough thing to say when you do lose 2 finals. But overall, what it is, it's a step in the right direction, and it's a starting point for us, obviously, for the next couple of years to come.
Yeah, I think kind of probably set us up perfectly. Well, I say us, no, I probably shouldn't, but I set us up perfectly going into this year. I think, obviously with Jordan coming back, but like I just want to kind of go now with the 4-1 start. Like, is the 4-1 start, like, are you happy with it, or is it more kind of this is what we expected, like this is the standard that we set for ourselves?
Like obviously, if you asked me last week when we were 4-0, I'd say delighted, and it's hard enough to say after losing on a Saturday night and it's only Tuesday that you're going to be happy with a 4-1 start. But like, I'm not stupid either. Like, you can see the good teams we've played so far this year. And if you said to me 5 weeks ago that we'd be 4-1 going into the cup week, facing into Demons again, would you take it? I probably would. Like, but when you do look at the games that we did win, beat Demons by a point, beat Ballincollig in the last minute and a half, beat Tralee in the last minute and a half. It could so easily be 1-4 as well. Like, so we're not under any illusions that we're anyway ahead of any other team in the league. And I think that's the beauty of this league this year. If you're in a spot where you need a team to beat somebody else, or you're 2 or 3 games behind, I think you're always going to be there, because I don't think any time this year we can go in on a Saturday night and kind of tick off a win, and that's not just the pure kind of political answer out of me. I genuinely don't think it. Like, I think there might be one team in the league that will struggle for the year. And besides that, there's 13 teams like that can scalp anybody at any time. Like,
yeah, probably as I kind of touched on it, like the big news was Jordan coming back this year, and like Jordan's the type of player where you fit around him, and that's how good he is. Like, and that's if he goes into any team in the country, you have to fit around him. How is it like? How is it playing with him? Like, how is it fitting in Jordan as a captain? Like,
yeah,
did you feel as if it was your responsibility?
Well, however you think he is a special person on the court, he's definitely very, very special off the court.
Very, yeah.
he brings a completely different dynamic to any sort of I'd say any sort of environment he ever comes into, that be work, school.
Yeah.
It just happens that we're having it on a sporting aspect. And I thought I knew Jordan because I went to the same school as him and I grew up playing basketball with him. But I knew the 14 or 15-year-old Jordan. And then when I got a chance to play with him on the Irish team last year, he was after maturing so much in certain aspects, not maturing in other aspects. But he just he's the kind of person that controls the room no matter what room he's in.
Yeah.
And we've never had someone like that in Neptune. You might have said that, like, I can see some similarities with himself and Ger, like with their personalities, Ger Noonan. So he's kind of like that. But the thing I like about Jordan is that he'll never ask you to do something that he's not willing to do himself. I would have always tried to be the standard bearer in Neptune over the last couple of years, and he's definitely taken over that role this year from me because he wants everyone to be up here, but he's already up here, so he's not asking from the floor upwards.
Yeah.
He wants us to get up to where he is, and I think what you said is that we need to fit around him. I think he's done a great job in the last couple of weeks after the game, like when the game started playing, he realised that we're all, it's either the 12 of us or 14 of us are going to succeed, or the 12 or 14 of us are going to fail. He's done a great job of peeling it back a small bit and saying that maybe I'm the person that needs to fit in with them.
Yeah.
And it's really trying to make that blend both ways. And he's been incredible so far this year. Anytime he's been maybe not at his best, it's been due to non-basketball stuff, as in getting involved with the referees, getting involved with the opposition. Anytime he literally puts his head down and plays basketball for 4 or 5 possessions in a row, then he does look a level above any of us out there. Like,
I think the worrying thing is that like we still haven't seen 6 gear Jordan, and like he's averaging like 27 and 15 rebounds or something. Like, I think that's a scary thing. Like, and it's, I hope it's this weekend or whenever. Like, if it will come eventually, but like when that does come, like it's going to be scary. Like, and I don't know if we probably have never seen something like that from an Irish player in this league. That kind of level of production.
Maybe the only other similarity Irish-wise would be someone like Colin, but obviously done it in a completely different way.
Yeah.
In a very subtle way. You wouldn't even know he had 30, and you check the box score afterwards, and he had 30 and 12.
Yeah.
Whereas with someone like Jordan, you're going to know every time he scores because he's going to tell you. But I don't know. Do I agree with the 6th-gear Jordan thing either? I think that if Jordan continues to do exactly what he does, and we bring up our game another couple of percent here and there, then I think we'll be in a great place. Like,
just going kind of focusing now, shifting the focus to this weekend. What does it mean having Demons back to Cork and Irish basketball? I know you said, well, Neptune spent some time out of the league as well. Like, is it important to have Neptune, Demons, and now Ballincollig all in the league? Like, do you think it's a positive for Cork basketball?
I don't think there's any Neptune or Demons person don't want the other club in the league. We thrive off each other, and you see yourself when you're on the bus with us after the game. Say we lost Mary the other day. The first score you're going to check straight away after your own game is the Demons game. Check how they got on, because they're the guys that we're going to see every day. They're the guys that we've played against all our lives. And even when the cup draw came out, everybody wanted to get Demons, and I presume everyone in Demons wanted to get Neptune. It's the only team you do want to play. But no, it's definitely brilliant having them back. And to be honest with you, I was a lot happier getting them in the cup 7 or 8 weeks ago when I didn't think they'd be this good. And then I saw them down against Mary, and I was thinking, right, you should kind of recalculate what you think about.
I remember walking out with you, and I remember just coming out of the dike, and there was neither of us talked for about 2 or 3 minutes, and we goes, yeah, next Saturday is going to be a tough one. But I guess that's who they are. Like, you know, they're very dominant with Hozzy. Like, but I feel as if this year Hozzy looks like as if he's like 6 or 7 years ago. But like he probably has a bit of an extra step to him as well, just with Demons being back in the Super League and stuff.
Yeah, but with Kyle, I don't get where the narrative came that he ever went anywhere. Like,
yeah,
he went down to Division 1, and they didn't lose a game, and they won every trophy, and he probably took the night off here and there, like when he knew he was playing against teams that he didn't need to go gung-ho against. But he was the number 1 point guard with the Irish team for so long. He done it at every level that he's ever done it. When he played with us with Neptune, he was incredible. Like, so I don't get the thing about that. Oh, he's back, or he's finally he's back to his best and stuff like that. I don't think it ever kind of left him. He's been at that standard pretty much for the last.
When he wants to turn it on, he can. That's kind of the best, really, isn't it? The best can do it when they really need to. Like, and I feel as if this year, every game, as you said in the Super League, every team can beat anyone. Like, so I'd say like that's the great thing about Hazy. Like he shows up when he needs to, and it's been every week so far. Like,
Yeah,
hopefully not
I,
Saturday though. But
no, definitely
this
not
there's
Saturday.
well, first game anyway was, you know yourself. You only lasted till the start of the fourth quarter. I say the goal is to make it to the 40 minutes this game. This game.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
what changes from the first game? Like, what do you feel as if? Do you think it's going to be the same, or think it's going to be a lot more focused on basketball?
I don't think there's going to be any surprises this Saturday. Like,
Yeah,
it's not as if anyone's going to get that much taller, that much fitter, that much stronger in the next 4 or 5 days.
yeah,
I think teams are going to bring exactly what they brought in the first game of the season: pure raw intensity, try and get us out of our comfort zone.
yeah,
But I think our chemistry, I still don't think we're at where we need to be in terms of chemistry wise and execution wise. Even from where we were this time last year, I think we were a bit further down the line. But physically and mentally, we're in a lot better shape than we are last year. And I think in the last 5 weeks, we're after maturing even a small bit, winning those tough games, especially the likes of the Sri game. We might have had a bit of a hangover from last year in the Ballincollig game. So I think if we can focus on playing basketball ourselves and worrying about executing ourselves, then I don't think there's anything demons can do to push our buttons that would take us out of that kind of comfort zone.
yeah. Just I'm gonna give two fun questions here now. First one is I wanted to make it combined starting five between Neptune and Demons, but no current players. We're gonna leave that out. We don't want to hurt any fellas' egos. So 5 players combined. Not too
Yeah,
many Demons fellas now. I'd say you'll struggle with that, but
no,
who would be your starting five?
I suppose with this I can only like you could obviously say Tom Sawyer, Tom Wilkinson, all these people, but
Yeah,
I've never saw them play, so I'm just going to kind of go with people that I saw play.
yeah,
Um, at the one Stadzer,
fair, yeah. Why though? I wanted to
at
give a bit of a why here now on each one. So why Stads or than anyone else?
Stadzer was probably the best point guard I've ever seen. Like, and I only saw him in his later years when he was obviously on a small bit of a decline, and
Yeah,
just his name is synonymous with Neptune. Anytime there's ever conversations come up about the best players around, or blah blah blah, the kind of his name is just a full stop after it. Like, he's just like a god like figure in it. He's been a good help to me now as well with some advice down through the years and stuff like that, and I take it all on board. At the two spot, another person that's been very good to me, but he's from Demons, Shane Collin. He
yeah,
went to the same school as me, and I don't think he needs any explanation either. Very similar to Stadzer, but of a cult hero.
yeah.
Just done it so many times in all the big games.
Serial winner, really,
Two
like,
MV,
wouldn't
two
he?
cup, two MVPs of cup finals at the age of like 23 and 24,
Yeah,
making the winning free throws. Just the list goes on with him. He's incredible. At the three spot, our coach at the moment, who played for both of them, Colin,
yeah,
obviously, in some people's eyes, the best Irish player that's ever played. Probably still could play if you listen to me a bit more, but he's done it. Basically, anytime he's played with Demons, they've won the league or the cup. He's only been there sporadically, obviously, because he had such great pro career. Under Leishner, they won the treble. Under himself, he won the treble. When Price brought him back for a year when he was only 19 or 20, they won the league and the cup. Like, so, a serial winner again. At the four spot, someone who probably doesn't get enough credit because he is Colin's brother is Niall O'Reilly. I
mm,
thought he was I thought he was incredible throughout his career. Type
yeah,
of player that I ended up playing with him on a team that went to an Irish team that went to China, and he's the kind of fella like that won't look for any plaudits. He'll set every screen that you want. He'll run the floor hard. He'll make the extra pass. A complete role monster,
mm.
a kind of phrase that Colin likes to use, and a fella that I'd have in my team in the morning. And at the five, because he'd kill me if I didn't say him, is Jar Noonan.
I was getting a bit nervous
Uh,
there.
you could have put him at 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and I think
Yeah,
that's what's special about Jar. He adapts to whatever situation he's put into. I don't think the stats will prove that he was actually very good against Demons, because I think he used to enjoy giving out to the crowd a bit like me sometimes. But no, Jor was incredible to play with. Obviously, he'd done stuff with the basketball that I've never seen anybody else do before, and I don't think I'll ever see someone do again. So yeah, a nice little blend there. 2 Neptune, 2 Demons, and Collins kind of half and half. So
half and half, yeah. We'll give him half and half.
half.
Last one is so like you've played your whole career, well, besides Barknaby, in Cork. So like I want you to go away from Cork here now. So like one player, an Irish player, you wish you would have played with, like you wish you got the chance to play with.
Well, as in at club level, because I played with nearly
you play with a lot
else.
international, yeah, club level. If you were to leave Cork now and you were like, all right, I'm going to go play with this player at this time, it doesn't even have to be now. It could have been a couple of years ago. So which one would it have been?
Well, my favourite player ever, I actually thought about this question today when you texted me about it, and I had someone else, but the way you phrased it there now, the best Irish player I've seen play outside Cork is a fella you probably don't even know. It's Paddy Kelly that played with Leicester.
Okay.
He was like a long shooting guard, about 6'4", big long arms, beat us in the league final in 2011 on his own basically, and they had an unbelievable team over Bonaparte. Jermaine Bonaparte was us. Jermaine Turner, Robbie Clark, Johnny Grinnell, all the old stock out of Leicester, but Paddy Kelly was unbelievable at there. And he had about a 3 or 4 year span there where he was definitely the best player in the country. But at the moment, if there was one player I wanted to play with Irish wise, and it's sad enough that what's had to happen now the last couple of weeks, he's gone for the year. But Larkin Murphy is the type of player that like you're never going to see someone like him again. Like so, I think it'd be very fun. Yeah.
No, that's grand. That's it for me anyway, Roy. Good luck on the weekend.
So what's your predictions for the weekend then, yeah?
No, see, I can't be giving predictions. Neptune by 15 now when he's talking. No, good luck on the weekend. I wish you all the luck, and you'll probably need it by the looks of it. So
yeah, cheers.
Cheers, Roy. Go on.